Hello everyone. I am going to give a demo about one of the new product what we have recently made it public via GitHub, and that is basically a product called as Tusker Blueprint. It is a blueprint. It is just a mini version of the entire platform engineering, and use it. You can use it as a framework and then enhance it and use it for your team. And as it is, this framework will work for small to medium sized team around 50 member plus, and we can enhance it further with many microservices and features. We will get to know during the demo how it actually works. Let me just quickly share my screen and go to the demo, and during the demo we can discuss more about that. As I mentioned, the product name is Tusker Blueprint, and as the name suggests, it's just a blueprint of the platform engineering product. I am going to show a demo which contains a list of tools which is working together to solve a problem in a way that if a new team member joins your team, and initially the biggest challenge is obviously to find the right documentation, right owners for the project, finding the repositories, and if a team leader tells him or her to go and start working on a project, it is a bit challenging to find out learning the things. And if in the current world, if there is only DevOps, obviously solves many purpose. But if you're asking a developer to also learn all the DevOps tools and start working on it, it is always a challenge. The onboarding will be bit more difficult, and it can take days and even weeks to get the employee productive. That is one of the solutions or one of the problem which is solved by the platform engineering. And other problem or other challenge what we are facing in the business is like each team follows their own solutions. Many teams misses the standard way. They just works on the very different approaches, misses many of the security checks and quality checks. So a, a, a path is set, like this is how a path should be maintained, and it is normally maintained like this. Project like Tusker Blueprint is maintained by the platform engineering team, and the team maintains entire set of rules and also the standard practices, and a template repository will be provided. Something like a template repository will be provided, and the tools like Backstage will help a developer to just log in and request for a service, and even we can help the developer to host their application on the infrastructure we have automatically. I'm going to show that this can be implemented in part by part. I will also explain about that later during the demo. Let's start. So I have a uh, existing setup in place, and I'll just show you my existing setup so that you can have a look at how it is working. So I'm just giving a watch so that you will get to know that what all are the services right now I am running. So out of this is whatever you are seeing with development, these are the three microservices what I am already running on this. You can treat it like an application running on top of same Kubernetes cluster for a bank. It has basically these type of services required. So right now you can see all are running. So internally I'm using Argo CD. Argo CD, it is more like keeping everything in the Git. The term is called, as you know, it is GitOps. So you will find out also like how the GitOps will come into play, and within a few minutes, and their infrastructure will be created and provisioned. That we will be watching out here during this demo. Let me start with the demo. So first I am just going to redirect all my ports to this local machine. We will discuss too much internal technical details in a separate video. I don't want to confuse with a lot of technical jargons and details. For right now, what I'm doing is like we wanted all the applications running, all the ports are running on the remote machine where I have it. Right now, my all this infrastructure is running on top of a remote machine, which is in cloud. I'm just keeping all those ports forwarded into my machine using this command, so which will directly you'll see that all this I'm forwarding. Basically, the commands are like using Kubernetes. I'm forwarding all these ports so that I'll get this Argo CD on this port number and Backstage on 7007. So let me just open all this over here. So I have Backstage here, and I have the Grafana over here. I'll join. I'll give the login details, and then I have this. This is a Argo CD. So here, yeah, it is loading. So I just I now I need to just and keep since it's I just start it again. I just noted down the password. Even I can get the password using certain commands, but I have it handy, so I'll just use that. So I'm just logging into the Argo CD. So you will see that all these services, whatever you are seeing in the command line, is also available over here. So you'll find all these different services are hosted on this particular Argo CD. And right now, all are up and running. It has Prometheus, it has Grafana. I mean, basically telemetry systems, observability systems, and then it has also 1, 2, and 3 sets of services, and it has key management, security related tools also. We'll explain more details in a separate video. This is just a high level introduction and demo how it is actually working, as I mentioned. Now coming to the Backstage. So here Backstage is a service by which a developer can log in and then create their environment. First of all, he or she can find out what's inside that. So what are the different resources? So here I just for since we have to give a demo, I have only created one template. We can have a number of template. You can assume like Backstage is like an orchestrator. We have a lot of tools in DevOps. So Backstage will aggregate, I mean, combine everything together and helps us to orchestrate all these different tools. So that a developer, if a developer logs in, he or she need not go too much detail and learn about how it all are working, how the Grafana is loaded, how the Prometheus is getting configured. All those are not required. These are all pre-configured and kept by the platform engineering team. They have created this particular template for any service. So suppose it can be a new developer or it can be a new team, so they can come over here. Right now I kept it like a Tusker service. I've created a new template. I mean, I've created a new template over here, and we will just ask a developer. So here what I logged in is a user as admin. I'll just show you that. And authentication happens using the GitHub. The login here happens in this way. I'm using the user like this. This is admin, my username, and now I'll jump to another GitHub account. So I'm just logging out and coming out here. So it will be again localhost dot. This is Backstage. So let me I'll just show you how it is configured. Right now the user here is Subish Learn, and it is a separate account. So let me just log out and show you how it is actually configured. So here I'm just opening over here. If it is a new user, they have to log in with the GitHub. So now I have already logged in using the GitHub account, and the user is kept in this way. We can configure even this UI a lot. Better to avoid too much of options. All options are still there, but it is kept in a hidden way. Those are not required, need not be enabled also to. It is basically making it simple for the developer to understand. So what developer has to do is like developer or a new team member can come here and look at all this uh, inventory or it is like catalog, getting to know that what team is owning each of these products. So like this, we can have n number of products, n number of services. All those can be documented over here. Now let me just start an instance, or it's like a service. I have decided my team will be working on a new product called as customer management. I am going to create a new template for that. So template means whatever is in Backstage, you can see it is a predefined golden path template by which it is having inside it is already configured with different configuration like CA/CD, security practices, tools, and everything are already configured and kept. The team can configure that. They can take a copy of that template and then enhance it, like the meaning of template in software engineering. You can use it as a template, enhance it, and you make it use for your customize it for your requirement for your service. As long as you are not deviating too much from the standards, it is okay. If you have less deviation, that much good it will be. You will be all focused towards a customer delivery as per your organization standards, which is set through this template. So now I'm just creating a customer's service, just giving a name of a service at a particular. So I'm giving yeah, so it is like I'm giving a username for the user who will be working on it, and team I'm giving is Stonetusker, and giving this, just filling up the detail. It will not, it is almost self-explanatory. There is no need to be too much worried. Just give it here as a developer. I just clicked only two, three buttons and just filled up very basic details. And you can see that now what has happened is like it has created a new set of configuration. It is actually copying the template and it has completed all the operations. You can see it over here, and it has done all the basic GitOps work and onboarding. And during this time, you will find out that a lot of operation happens in the background. It's all pre-configured and kept. So even I got you can see that customer service one repository got created now. And as a user, I got an invitation to this repository. So I can see it over here. Along with that, you will also find that a lot of operations are happening in the background as a initial verification check, because template means it can contain some older versions of this. So we have configured in this, at least in this particular blueprint, depend on what is configured, it will run that and it will do some very basic verification steps. And you will find that all those things are getting executed over here, and it will also create certain pull requests during this operation. So let this continue. And this is one user I am logging in. So you can see that there is no, like you can, not on, like it is called as Subish Learning. And I have another user, another GitHub user, which is an admin. And that is my personal account. So you can see my picture here. This is admin. So admin will be getting an information that there is a project working, there is a team fork that, and the admin user need to just enable this particular service. This is for a hosting this application on the cluster, what Kubernetes cluster we have, which which I am monitoring over here. Right now you can see that it is, I am monitoring all these services. So this will be the fourth microservice hosting on the same Kubernetes cluster, and it is a development cluster. So like that we can have staging and prod. So right now, just for a simplicity, I'm just keeping on the environment. Basically, it is just moving from one stage to another with a click of a button. Just we need to have a configuration like this in place. That's it. So in normal, so what has happened is like this admin came to know, yeah, there is a new service microservice got created. You just need to approve and merge it so that this service can can be taken care by the GitOps and host it on this machine or in this cluster. So it will take around 2 to 3 minutes. Right now I configured with the default option of 3 minutes to fetch all the latest configuration from this using the GitOps. So the Argo CD will be monitoring the change once in 3 months. Sorry, once in 3 minutes, and it will just we'll have to just ensure that it is working over here. As you know that I am monitoring the changes. So as soon as it picks up those changes, you will find that those services are coming over here, and we will be able to access that. And it will also reflect over here once that new service has information has been fetched by this. So let me just show other items which is happening in parallel while doing this. So now, yeah, so now it is it is still waiting for fetching this. So meanwhile, let me just explain you what are the other things happening in the background. So these are the main activities happen if during this creation of the service using this particular framework blueprint. This how it actually helped is like it has helped the developer to come up and using this GitOps onboarding method, the service is getting alive, and the new team or new developer is able to get an application up and running for them to make further enhancements and work on it. And these are the tools working. I mean, these are very high, very high level. There are even small other security and other tools. We are following a strict security practices and DevSecOps practices on this project. You can clone the repo and have a look at that. So the tools mainly, yeah, obviously GitHub is in use for authentication and also for repository, and even to keep the container images, we are using GitHub. That is GitHub container registry, and we are using Argo CD, and also K3s Kubernetes cluster is in place. Prometheus and Grafana is used for the telemetry or observability services. And here you can see that these are some of the inbuilt checks happening in this. So these and all are configured like I'll just show you. These are all configured inside the template, and you can find all these jobs are actually executing, which is doing this security checks. Depend about just basically it's a default one in the GitHub, which will just look for the dependency changes. If there is any new dependency to be changed or updated, it will pop up that, and we will also check the CI. It will do all those uh, quality checks and everything configured. All these things, different tools are configured. You can see list of all these tools. We can even enhance, and you will see that all these logs over here. It has, this tool itself is a separate discussion to how each tools are working for slightly different purposes. And it is right now you can find out that all these are integrated over here, and it is doing the scanning, security scanning, and um, all those things are happening as part of this CA pipeline or GitHub Actions pipeline. You will see it is all running over here. And yeah, next is like it has found a new image got created, and it is now asking for that pull request to be get approved. Oh, okay. So by the way, by the time I was giving a demo, it has also found some changes in the dependencies. So GitHub, these were the dependencies which was used inside. and Dependabot has found out there was a dependency package got updated. So it is creating a merge request automatically and asking us to approve it. So that is what happening. Even if you are using an AI system, all these things process will be in place where a final human approval will be required. You just need to wait for the pull request to come in place. Anyway, that is also another AI-based development we'll discuss again further in a separate video. So here, finally, it has created a new image. That's what you're coming over here. It is asking whether to create a image of this customer service application. So that is what we need to do it over here. It will now create and publish this image in the GitHub container registry. So, and that image within a few minutes you can, yeah, I think it is already published. So you can see it over here. You can see that a new, yeah, it was already uploaded. Now it has published also. You can see that a new image got published, and that contains all this. It is also giving the documentation and explanation. If a user want, they can clone this. I mean, not clone. They can do the Docker pull of this image and run it directly. Now, not only that, we have configured, as I mentioned, that we have allowed the user to run this service on the container, on the environment, Kubernetes environment we have created over here. So let's see whether it comes over here. It takes, as I mentioned, 2 to 3 minutes. Yeah, but you can see that it has come over here. So customer service management, if you recollect, this was not present over here. By the time we were discussing about this project, you will see that the customer service development environment also has come up over here. And if a user even want this to access the UI, access this UI, the user can also redirect that. I'll just show that command also, redirect that UI. But let me just copy this. Customer customer management development. So here I'm just trying to access this UI and port number 8081. So let's see. Right now there is nothing running on 8081. So now I'll enable this service redirection. I am keeping all my values in a file like this and exporting for security purpose. No password is hard coded. Secrets are kept properly in the right best practice in the way we follow for the enterprise. Same way we are keeping all secrets properly inside the Kubernetes. Now I'm just redirecting this. So there is some small typo error. So the services are this. Customers, not customer management, it is customer service. So customer service, and here customer service. Let me change it over here. Yes, now it work. I'm redirecting this particular applications, this application, whatever you're seeing, I'm redirecting it into my local machines, port number 8081. You can see now it has come. And I just added this as part of this template. During the template creation, I added one small script which will also change the title and also this entry. This is just a demo application. Like you can treat it like a microservice which is running. So to summarize what happened during this demo is like the way a developer is doing, I mean, logging in and trying to get a service up and running for their development. When they used Backstage and they use, I mean, the developer used this Backstage template. Using the template, the developer created and mentioned the details and just clicked those 3 times and it has created the complete environment. And it has you during this process you also saw that lot of security checks in place. Not only that, it has done complete activities. It is also having all those basic CI/CD practices, and also the standards are followed. Many tools come into place, all basic tools, but obviously we can enhance it for so many different tools and requirements, and even minor adjustments for the process also can be done. Minor to major improvements, but overall it should follow the organization's golden path. We cannot just, it's like if you are very new to this type of environment, fully automated way of creating the environment, it is like it takes, I mean, it is not like suddenly you can jump from your legacy systems to the new system. You have to gradually work on it. Just if you are working from legacy operations to platform, just take part by part, small parts, one by one, and ensure that it is all working well. Uh, like you take like low hanging fruit, like type of item, like fix something which adds a lot of value, a lot of ROI comes, and start automating, make it as part of your golden path template, and ensure that team is able to adjust with that and start using that as a template, and then try to enhance, and gradually you will find that team is also making use of this, and it will gradually also give a lot of improvements in your development, not only developer onboarding. See, because a product is not only just development, it has to reach up to the customer, it has to also support bug fixing and everything, and it has to also ensure that it does all these compliance checks, security checks, and everything. So if you look at end-to-end cycle, these type of systems will obviously help an organization's team to improve your processes. Even I have a lot of other things to demo, like uh, it has telemetry, or it has a observability dashboard. So let me just get the password for that and show you also. So final thing, just took feel of how the Grafana board also look like. This is the password. I'm just logging in. So Grafana is there. So this also can be made it public. I'm just for this demo, I've just kept this redirected into my laptop and using it. Obviously, you can also expose this into the internet directly if you have a machine on the cloud, or if you have a firewall configured to forward it to the machine. That's not a problem over here. And now coming to the, yeah, so now it comes in this way. So I think I did not copy this. Okay, so I'm trying to log in to the Grafana. Grafana is down, so let me redirect that Grafana port. Now Grafana port is up. I will now, I mean, Grafana is up, and now I'll redirect this. Okay, so now you can also see that the Grafana board is up. And you will see also find the dashboards over here. Take some time, but you can find that it is loading all the data in a few minutes and it will display over here. So this is how telemetry also works. Separately, I'll have a section for this Grafana and also the telemetry part, I mean observability part. So that's it about the overall demo. Thank you very much. So I will also post some more videos about each of these items, how it is configured, each of the part, like how the entire system is working in detail. But this particular demo was giving an overall high level view of how it is working. That's it. Thank you very much.